In today's Shocking Expose, we uncover the harrowing incident that has left the nation in disbelief. A notorious Irish gangster, Wayne Dundon, strikes again, this time targeting prison officers in a daring blade attack that sent shockwaves through the corridors of justice. In a shocking turn of events, infamous Irish gangster Wayne Dundon was recently involved in a violent brawl that erupted within Mountjoy prison. Blades were used as trouble fields, injuring 4 prison staff and leaving 1 inmate with a serious wound. Mountjoy prison, regarded as one of the most dangerous in the system, is currently housing a life sentence for the murder of an innocent Limerick businessman, Roy Collins. Let us look at Wayne Dundon's turbulent life, his influence in Limerick's Underworld, and the recent shocking incident that led to his transfer to Portland prison. It was just an ordinary day at the prison, but little did these brave officers know that danger lurked around the corner. Wayne Dundon, infamous for his ruthless reign of terror, had devised a cunning plan from behind bars. Armed with nothing but a concealed blade, he was determined to strike fear into the hearts of those tasked with keeping him locked away. As the attack unfolded, chaos erupted within the prison walls. In a matter of moments, the lives of several officers were forever altered. As the news spread like wildfire, the nation grappled with the realization that even behind bars, dangerous criminals wield unimaginable power. Wayne Dundon's reign of terror continues to leave a trail of devastation, not just within the prison walls, but across their entire country. Today, we stand in solidarity with the brave officers who put their lives on the line every day to protect us. The resilience and dedication to duty are commendable, but we must now come together to demand justice and a safer system for all. Disturbed world. Wayne Dundon's notoriety stems from his involvement in one of the bloodiest feuds between drug gangs in Limerick, which lasted from the late 1990s to the late 2000s. A devastating turf war erupted during the conflict, resulting in the deaths of 20 people. Various factions were involved in the feud, including the Keane and Calliope gangs from St. Mary's Park, the McCarthy Ryans from Maury Ross, and Dundon's own Brillincora mob from Western Australia. The feud reached a climax when the Donald McCarthy mob murdered 2 innocent members of the Republic. In 2008, rugby player Shane Goffgan was killed as a result of a mistaken identity, while businessman Roy Collins was killed in 2009 after members of his family testified against Wayne Dundon in a criminal trial. These high-profile killings prompted authorities to crack down on gangs and put an end to the violence. Even when imprisoned, Wayne Dundon remains a powerful figure in his native Limerick, commanding respect and loyalty from many. There are suspicions that he continues to operate his drug business and issue orders to gang members while incarcerated. According to recent reports, well, the most recent as they can be, he has been directing a teenage associate who has been involved in criminal activities and attempting to re-establish the Dundon gang's influence in the area. In one such operation earlier this year, the development prompted massive guard raids after the teenage associate threatened the Dundon brothers' old rivals who seized a cocaine press and quantities of the drug. When the young associate was arrested in the United Kingdom for kidnapping and extortion with the late Cornelius Price, a key figure in the drug-headed feud who died earlier that year, he was living in Limerick and being mentored by Wayne's brothers. Wayne Dundon was recently involved in a serious incident that was within Mountjoy prison, as it was recently revealed. He launched a vicious attack on fellow inmate Stephen Ryan, sparking an altercation after the 2 prisoners exchanged heated words. Dundon, a notoriously violent mob boss, then launched a brutal assault on Coveney Ryan. As the argument heated up, Dundon brandished a knife, prompting police officers to intervene and save Coveney Ryan's life. Despite the efforts of the staff, Coveney Ryan suffered a severe neck wound that required 20 stitches. The blade had just missed his jugular by 2 millimeters. 4 prison staff members who attempted to protect Coveney Ryan were injured in the ensuing chaos, with, 2 sustaining blade cuts and other 2 nursing limb injuries as a result of the incident. Wayne Dundon was later informed of his transfer to Port Lismore prison. However, his arrival at the new facility was hampered when he failed a metal detector test, raising suspicions that he was attempting to smuggle a mobile phone before being admitted to the general prison population. Duncan must pass the boss's chair's stringent security measures. A body oracle security scanner that detects contraband items. Dundon is now on an A5 punishment landing at Port Leash prison, the most secure prison in the country. Other notorious criminals who live on the A5 landing include Alan Wilson, a hired gunman, and Graham McAvery, a convicted murderer. McAvery was assigned to A5 after attempting to escape from custody by stabbing a prison officer with a makeshift shiv in a prison van. The length of Dundon's sentence remains unknown, but the challenges and consequences of his violent actions continue to shape his life behind bars. Garda began investigation into vicious blade attack at Mountjoy Prison. The Garda have launched an investigation after a vicious knife attack inside Mountjoy Prison. A prisoner and 4 prisoner staff were injured in the attack, which was allegedly led by Limerick crime boss Wayne Dundon. Following the melee on Monday, July 10th, one prisoner suffered a slash wound to his neck and required approximately 20 stitches. According to Irish Prison Service, the IPS, an incident involving 4 prison officers occurred in Mountjoy Prison on July 10th, 2023. Because the incident is being investigated and an An Garda Síochána has been notified, the Irish Prison Service cannot comment on an ongoing investigation. Violence against a corrections officer is totally unacceptable. Prison staff work in an extremely challenging environment where they face unique and often violent circumstances on a daily basis, unlike most others in the public sector. The physical environment in which prison staff operate, paired with the often challenging behaviors and needs of those in our care, lead at times to prison staff being injured in the course of their duties. The spokesman of the Garda said that he would look into it and revert with a response in due course. Wayne Dundon, who was sentenced to life in prison in 2014 for the murder of innocent amusement arcade owner Roy Collins in April of 2009 with 2 of his trusted criminal lieutenants, Nathan Killeen and James Dillon, has reportedly been masterminding plans from behind bars to reclaim control of the drugs trade on Limerick City's south side. Dundon's brother, John Dundon, is serving a life sentence in prison for the 2008 murder of innocent Shane Duggan. Mr. Duggan, a popular Garryowen rugby player, was shot dead by Dundon hitman Barry Doyle, who was also sentenced to life in prison. Desi Dundon, Wayne and John Dundon's sister, is serving life in prison for the 2003 murder of their rival crime boss Kieran Keane. Another brother, Jared Dundon, was sentenced to 15 years in prison in the UK last May after being convicted of his role in the violent kidnapping of 2 men in order to extort more than €300,000 sterling. Garda dismantled Wayne Dundon's gang after convincing gang associates to testify against the gang's leaders. According to sources, a young associate with Wayne Dundon has recently enlisted the help of UK gangsters to help enforce the gang's presence on the south side of Limerick City in order to claim control of the drugs trade there. According to a source, this group has been throwing their weight around and is once again attempting to take over the drug business on Treaty City's south side. They have been calling other drug dealers and telling them to hit it on the head, on one source said. And that concludes our video of how prison officers were hospitalized after this Irish gangster, well, of course, the one and only Wayne Dundon's blade was the one that pierced their bodies. Just imagine being a officer, just a prison officer. I mean, you're well aware of all the risks because obviously you are housing criminals, you're housing dangerous people, you're housing people that cannot be trusted and should not be trusted, and they are the kind of people that should be rehabilitated or in some ways even incarcerated in such ways that they cannot even bounce back. But you are just a normal prison guard, an officer, and you get stabbed. That too by not just some random thug, but an Irish gangster, Wayne Dundon himself. It's honestly very messed up when you hear things like these. Innocent people are put at risk just because these animals, these bastards cannot control themselves and go nuts and they have to attack, well, innocent people. But that's how they work, right? They prey on the innocents, they prey on people below them. Guards, police officers, anyone in the position of authority or in the line of duty always gets caught in the crossfire. And there's nothing we can do about it except hope for the best. And maybe hope and wish that things could get better, because they should. People like them don't deserve this, and gangsters should rot. As we continue to follow this developing story, we urge you to join the conversation in the comments below. Share your thoughts on the incident and what you believe can be done to ensure the safety of prison officers and the public. Thank you for watching this important update. If you found this news report informative, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our breaking news stories.